Peter Montegriffo has worked with GibSams for the better part of a decade, from its early days as a project created by founder Marielou Guerrero to its development into a vital part of the mental support community. Mr. Montegriffo has seen firsthand the hard work, commitment and passion that went into building the charity from day one and recognises just how far it has come.
I think when we started, it was driven by passion, by inspiration. But as we grew, we realized that what we do is very serious, and we always knew that, but we understood the severity and the significance of what we were involved in. So therefore it meant more governance, more care, more training, and in that sense, therefore, a much more focus on professionalism. So we've had a journey towards professionalism. But secondly, we started off as a suicide prevention service. And what, of course, has happened in the last decade is a recognition that doesn't live in a vacuum on its own. It's part of mental well-being generally. And therefore, our development has largely been also to be part of that ecosystem of mental support. So whether it's our outreach program or whether it's the work that we have done with the corporate sector, whether it's work we do with other stakeholders in Gibraltar, I think we realized that our job was not just to be there in the event of a crisis. It was there to prevent a crisis and to make sure that distress, which causes people to look towards suicide, is also addressed. And that is part of what we do today, which is vitally important.
Yes. Mr. Montegriffo says the charity has now reached a stage where it is ready for a new chair to take GibSams to another level. Barrister Julian Santos will now take over as chair and does so at a time when the charity continues to expand its reach in its efforts to encourage people to speak before they reach crisis point. Mr. Santos described his appointment as a privilege and honour. He says his focus will be on building on the work already done and ensuring the charity remains accessible to anyone who needs support.
I think at board level what we need to do is make sure that this extremely rapidly growing charity has the structures in place and the resilience and the governance to make sure that all of its interactions are done in a proper way. It's been extremely successful, and I suppose that my priority is to make sure that the charity is not a victim of its own success, that we have everything in place that a charity of its size now with both GibSams and GibSilver running, can continue to run in the effective and successful way that it has so far.
GibSams services are free, confidential and non-judgmental. Its message is that people do not need to wait until they are at breaking point before reaching out. For Mr. Montegriffo, the handover marks the end of one chapter. For Mr. Santos, it marks the beginning of another. But for GibSams, the focus remains the same, making sure people in Gibraltar know there is someone ready to listen.